Has Instagram made your life easier or harder?
No, it's harder. It's like, I'll tell you what, every time there's like a social media platform that dies, I'm like, yes, because it's one less thing to manage. But then like, that was the rise of TikTok, you know? So you're like, okay, it's made it harder. Not gonna lie. It's just, because it's like, now you have to shoot things. So when I'm shooting for a client, I shoot more landscape. In Instagram, that doesn't do well. So they want you to shoot more portrait, you know? So you find yourself like on set and people are like, oh, but for Instagram, can you just, and you just kind of have to go with it, you know? And I also don't want to be like when I was first starting digital photography, all the film guys, they were like, oh, that's not real photography. Like, I don't want to like step on it either. It's just the way that it's going and you just adapt to it. Because a lot of people dismissed digital photography because it wasn't real film. So now we're dismissing Instagram, you know, and I don't want to be a part of that, but it's made it harder because you think about more things and you're like, okay, so I put a picture. Did I do the geotag? Did I do the hashtag? Did I tag the people the right way? So much that goes, did I share it on my stories? Is the colors right? All that.
Did you see the documentary about how Kodak, the Polaroid, like the demise of the Polaroid?
No.
Oh, okay.
What's it on?
Netflix? I'm not sure. I think it's an Errol Morris film. It's really good. And
I'll look into that.
Just about this woman in a small northeastern town that took these Polaroids, and they were these big Polaroids, and they were portraits of people and their families, and she had a very personal touch to them. And then once the Polaroid and all of that sort of went away, her business went away, but it was more of the element that she brought out in these people, and she would have them come to her home and take these photos.
That sounds like something I want to watch. I love that. So I'll watch that.
Do you feel a pressure to build a platform with Instagram? Like a following, sorry.
I did, and it's gotten better in the past year because work depended on your follower count, right? So now the pressure has gone from, I believe, more in micro accounts versus the big accounts that's like 2 million or 200,000 or whatever. So Instagram now is I just realized that the portfolio has shrunken and it's now on people's phones. So the pressure is keeping my consistency, and that's it. And I don't look at the numbers anymore. I don't look at the number of followers. I don't care about that stuff. That's for my personal account. For the how to photograph one, the one where I help photographers, that it's not so much pressure, but I do look at the statistics to know that if this is something they want or don't want. So I look and see how many people bookmarked something, how many people DM'd it, how many people shared it on their stories, because it helps me reach more people. But I don't there's so many photography accounts that they just put pictures of, they call it camera porn or whatever, gear porn. And so they'll put pictures of gear after gear after gear. I don't think that's serving people as much, and there's so many accounts that do that, and they do it beautifully. So for me, I try to write very thoughtful, long paragraphs if I can, and that give people an insight to something. And so that's the pressure I put on myself, is that I make sure it adds value to people's lives.